Senna leads, Piquet second, Mansell in third position, then the two McLarens behind. Senna is leading into turn one, away to turn two, and there's a bit of car flying away. Looks like one of the Benettons has lost part of the car already. Now they're coming down towards turn three and into our sight, tremendously fast, and it's Senna, then it's Piquet second, Mansell third, Prost and Rosberg, then the two Ligiers of Arnoux and Jacques Lafitte. And so, a very good start for Senna.
Yes, good clean start pretty much throughout the grid. There was just that little touching incident at the first corner. One of the arrows' wings went up in the air. We couldn't see exactly who was damaged. It looked like a front wing, so somebody's going to have a bit of understeer loose grip at the front. And one of the problems at this circuit is going to be overtaking. It's a very busy sort of track. It's windy and twisty, and they don't really get any good straights and any chance to get up to top speed. It's a low top speed, although it's got a lot of fairly quick corners.
Lap one, there is the race leader, Ayrton Senna. And there in the pits already is Alessandro Nannini in the Morini car. So, Senna, Piquet behind him in second place, coming through to complete the first lap, up the short straight, and it's Senna, Piquet, Mansell, Rosberg, Prost, Arnoux, Lafitte, and Alan Jones out of the race already. Before the first lap has even finished, Alan Jones in the Haas Lola is out, and it looks to me as though Keke Rosberg is challenging Nigel Mansell, and he has. Mansell is up into third position.
Yes, Rosberg is charging as he always does, and we saw as they came past the pit, Mansell was moved over to the right of the circuit to block Rosberg for attacking him down the inside, but Rosberg got it together and took him out of turn one and into turn two.
So, with Jonathan Palmer now stationary on the circuit, which is a tragedy, but he was going extremely well in practice. There is Theo Fabi into the pit. My goodness, this is tremendously interesting because already three cars are in trouble, and at the end of the first lap, it's Ayrton Senna in the lead. Piquet second, Mansell third, Rosberg fourth, Prost fifth, and Arnoux sixth.
Yes, that must have been Fabi whose front wing came adrift at the first corner, and I suspect he was in for a nose cone, and that was Rosberg challenging Piquet.
And you saw Jonathan Palmer's car being pushed away. Now, let's just maturely consider what's happening. Keke Rosberg, in only his second race for McLaren, is getting the feel of this new car. Last year and previous years, he's been driving for Williams. The balance of the McLaren is very different, and Rosberg is mastering it. So it's Piquet second at the end of lap two, then it's Rosberg. Down to fourth position goes Mansell, fifth is Prost, sixth is Arnoux in the Ligier on its Pirelli tyres, and in seventh position it is Jacques Lafitte, the veteran Frenchman, and there he is. So Senna leads. And you can see this circuit, very, very good grip. All the Goodyear tyred runners are on B compound tyres. The Pirelli runners are on a mixture of 3 and 4, which is hard and soft, and we're expecting the Ligier certainly to stop. We're not necessarily expecting any of the others to stop. So Senna, Piquet, Rosberg.
Piquet and Rosberg are both going to put pressure on Senna. They're hard on his heels, and I suspect they're going to be looking for a way around. Rosberg is really charging at the moment. He's looking for opportunities all around the track.
In ninth position, it's Johnny Dumfries in the second of the two Lotus cars. Martin Brundle is in 12th position. You have seen that Jonathan Palmer has already come into the pits, and that was one of the Minardis, De Cesaris. So De Cesaris and Nannini in the two Minardis are in trouble right at the beginning of the race. This is lap 3. Coming through to complete it. Senna, Piquet, Rosberg, Mansell, Prost, Arnoux, Lafitte. That's the first 7. Then there's a gap. And it's Johansson in 8th position in the Ferrari. 9th is Michele Alboreto. Then another long gap. It's Berger 10th now, and he's passed Johnny Dumfries, who is in 11th position. So Dumfries has slipped down a couple of places. What terrific action at the front. Senna. Nigel Mansell, of course, has gone further in a Grand Prix in 1986. Here at Jerez than he has before, because he went out on the first lap in Brazil. And Ayrton Senna, who, by the way, has got the new V6 Renault engine with the pneumatically operated valve system. It'll rev up to 13,000 RPM. It proved to be very reliable in Brazil in 6 out of the first 9 places powered by those Renault engines. And Senna now is controlling things from the front. And if you watch very carefully, you will see he is easing away just a little from Nelson Piquet, who may well be watching points. This race on 195 litres of fuel is, as ever, going to come down in the end to who goes furthest, fastest on the fuel that he has. All the drivers have got digital fuel readouts in front of them, and they have to watch them very carefully in the closing stages of the race. This is lap 4, and it's still Senna leading, Piquet second, Rosberg in 3rd position. In 4th position, Nigel Mansell. 5th is Prost, 6th is Arnoux, 7th is Lafitte. And then Johansson in 8th position with Alboreto in 9th place. Watch for the Scarlet Ferraris.
And very much as we predicted and hoped for, we've got a really close, evenly matched battle up the front. I think that Senna's under a little pressure from Piquet and Rosberg. Prost is now just beginning to put pressure on Mansell. He's been, I think, playing a fairly relaxed role, sitting at the back of the leading group there, on the back in 5th place, but the Ligiers are now coming up to him, so it's time for Prost to start contemplating making his move. Remember, there's no point in going berserk in the early stages, in the very early stages of a race such as this, because you wear both yourself and your machine out too much, and Prost tends to play a little bit of a waiting game and have a look round before he starts to make his move. And I think you'll find that Prost is going to start attacking Mansell as soon as possible.
Theo Fabi has rejoined the race. Alan Jones is out. You saw his car parked, and he'll be on his way home, I expect, already. So Senna going through to complete the lap. Senna, Piquet, Rosberg, Mansell, Prost. I should think, I'm just checking on the stopwatch, the gap between 1st and 5th is 1.5 seconds at this stage of the race. That's how close it is. And Arnoux is starting to close a little on Prost.
Yes, Prost is definitely looking for a way around Mansell now. He had a little look coming up past the pits and up into turn 1. He then ducked out and had a look again into turn 2, so he's beginning to get impatient.
Lotus leads, Williams second.